Hey guys, it's Em. I hope you're having an awesome and great day. I am making this video because I felt inspired to make some crystal jewelry, in particular this necklace. It is a beautiful blue purple Aurora quartz. My lighting's terrible, but this is what I made. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I think it's so cute. It sparkles in like every direction. So yeah, if you want to see how I made this and the steps that I took, then definitely please keep watching. And thank you so much for everyone who views and likes the videos, and please tell me if you want more videos so I can make more and show you kind of what I do and how I incorporate stones with polymer clay and different things and crystals of that sort. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and if you want to see how I made this beautiful crystal necklace, then keep watching, stay tuned. Hey, so to get on with this tutorial, I want to make a quartz pendant. This is an Aurora quartz. This is blue and purple titanium covered quartz. So I have that piece. It's a really chunky piece. I have a piece of aluminum foil, and I'll show you why this is important. I have maybe 1/4 of an inch ball of polymer clay. This is the Sculpey 3. So yeah, a block like this can cost you anywhere between $10 to $15, $20. This is a pound. I got it at Michael's. Some mica powder, because I want this pendant to be silver. So I'm gonna use the silver mica powder. This is from Pearl X. I got a packet of these, and I think they're wonderful, especially with once you glaze it. I use this glaze. It works pretty well. Pearl X has their own gloss top, which I think that also works too. I just happen to have the Sculpey 3 one. You're gonna need a brush to brush that pigment on, and a charm. So let's begin with the pendant. Let me move stuff out of the way. Okay, so I have my ball of clay. Okay, have my ball of clay. I'm just gonna push this, like decide which side you want to be the front. Actually, I like the jaggedness of this side. It is cut over here, but that point kind of sticks out nicely here. Sorry if you hear squeaking, it's my dog. So I think I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna take that ball of clay, and depending, and I'm gonna push that on the top. And what's great about polymer clay is just it really just sticks to whatever you're working with. So I just like to stick that on top like this. We are gonna mold it a little better. Sometimes it does pop off while you're trying to mold it, but it helps if it has that like jagged corner right there, so you can just mold that into place. This was actually a piece of scrap clay that I had. You can tell it has some shimmer in it. I was using it for a different project. This I think is going to be a relatively big piece, relatively big necklace, but hey, we're going to see how that works. So yeah, let me see, this is the charm I wanted to use. So my intention of this is for it to stick on like this, but that would mean, you see how this is popping up, you really don't want it to snag. So I'm actually gonna flatten this, shorten this and flatten this. Yeah, just so it doesn't pop out too much. So I'm just molding it, just to get it to the shape that I want. I think this is a relatively good size piece. Yeah, I think that's the idea that I want. Let's make that a little bit thinner on the top. Okay. See how that back is chunky? I really don't like that, so I'm just gonna mold that clay to the front and to the sides to make it more stable. But yeah, once we're done, we're gonna see how it's getting fingerprints. We are going to clean this baby up. But for the purposes of right now, we are just wanting to get that nice little oval shape that I'm trying to achieve. Okay, so we have that right here, relatively, right? I think that looks kind of cute. Awesome. That's kind of how I want it. So now I'm going to use this aluminum foil. This is where I think it all comes into play. So I want it to look natural. So what I'm doing, I just scrunched up a piece of aluminum foil and I am just giving it that jagged colored edge. Well, texture, not edge, sorry. What's with me and my words today? I'm just so, it's just been one of those days. It's actually a really beautiful day out. I live in New York City and you know, I was thinking about going to the gym, do some self-care for myself. But I just wanted to make this for you guys. And so I had some breakfast. My father is quite the cook and he had brought over the other day pateles. Pateles are a Spanish dish. It's like mashed plantains with meat and a whole bunch of other things, vegetables, depends how you make it. In my culture, we put olives, peppers, chunks of beef. Well, it's not filled with beef, but get the idea. So now look at that. It looks definitely like a rock. Once we put this mica powder on it, it's gonna look great. This is, again, an antique silver, but I just want to focus on those bottoms. So anyway, I had the pateles for lunch and they were delicious. Just want to make sure, since we've molded, we just want to get that size charm on there. I'm actually gonna try to flatten this out just a bit more. I mean, some edges are gonna pop off, but with that, you know, just to be careful. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Right. Nobody's gonna really see this part, so it really doesn't matter, but I just want the width of it. So now that we got pretty much the width that I want, I am gonna take that mica powder and I am going to put that on there. So I like to get a sheet of paper. I have this like scratch pad, 99 cents, or 129. And I'll just take a sheet of paper so it protects my surface. And I am going to paint this using my really soft brush, silver. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Yep, see, I want this to be the back, this to be the front because of that point. And it's gonna look so great, guys. And I think the fun part of working with polymer clay, it's like, you make it what it is. I have struggled with anxiety a lot in the past, and I find that, you know, this for me is definitely a vice that is healthy, and you can definitely make something and be productive, and have something beautiful to show for it. And it's yours. And so the only person really that could judge you is yourself. So, and I try not to do that a lot. Now be careful, guys, because this mica pigment, I don't know if you can tell. Whew, it's flying. It's flying. But yeah, I think we have the base covered and set. So for something this size, I would bake it. The instructions say 280 for sculpting. Oh no, 275. So you're gonna bake this clay for 275 per quarter of an inch, 6 millimeter, 15 minutes. So I'll probably bake this for 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, just to be sure, and check on it. So that is exactly what I'm gonna do, and I will be right back, and I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Okay, so while that is baking, I want to bling up this charm a little bit. I think the charm itself is pretty, but I think we can do some more pizzazz to it, let it stand out. So we don't need this, so I'm going to take a pair of cutters and I'm going to cut that piece right off. Whoop, that flew somewhere. That flew somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna cut that off. Just make sure it's smooth. See, some people you can file it down, but I think it's fine the way it is. The end looks great. So I'm gonna take some of my E6000. This is a great adhesive, and I really want to put some little Swarovski element cabochon crystals thingy majiggies on it. So let's do that. Let's do that. So I don't need, you really don't need a lot of glue for this. And it takes some time to dry, so, oh, that was too much. Okay, whew. You always want to have like a little paper surface to have to put. Okay, so now that we have our glue, and guys, be careful with this because this adhesive has some warnings to it, so you really want to be careful. I've been working with this for a while now, and I haven't had any issues. So I just took a scrap metal piece and a small ball of clay, and that is going to help me stick these cabochons or these little crystals on it. I like it, and the clay works really well to do this. Great. You don't want to cover up any of the E's or the so I want to cover that up. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. So sorry about that. I had phone issues and the clay came off the thing. So yeah, so we're gonna do that for this side too. And I think these things are absolutely gorgeous. I also got these at Michael's. Perfect. Now I'm not touching the glue, I'm just making sure the gemstones stick. Perfect. I'm gonna do the same for the other side and I will check back in with you. All right, guys, so I'm back. The piece has just been cooled, so it's about like a half an hour. I'm taking the Sculpey Glaze, and you want to do this when the piece is cool and not warm, because you don't want the gloss to, you don't want it to dry, and the heat will dry it faster. You actually want to spread it. Now, one of the things I want to explain really quickly is that you have to be really careful to do soft strokes with this, because you can take that mica powder off if you stroke multiple times in the same spot. So you want to use a little bit of the sheen at a time. A little bit goes a long way. Like, I don't like to see those white spots, but when it dries, it will dry clear. I don't know if you could tell right here, it kind of just took off a little some. You can always go back, but it is going to give it that rusted, not rusted, but jagged feel to it. Great. So now that we've done that, it's hard doing this in front of the camera. So yeah, we're done with that. I want to give this a little more bling. I guess you can tell I'm just loving the bling. And I got this glitter, this rainbow glitter. It's like a pixie dust. And I just want to, I've had this glitter for a really long time now. I got it, I believe, at Walmart maybe about 12 years ago. I want to say this glitter is really, really old. But I've always managed to keep it with me over my years, even when I moved. So yes, I'm really liking the way this is looking. You can see that rainbow shine to it. Not too much, because I don't want it to, my words again, I don't want it to overpower the piece. So this dries relatively quickly. I'm just gonna stand this up on this and let that piece dry, if it will stand. Nope. Okay, bad idea. I'll use this. That should work. Perfect. We're gonna let that dry. Now, this is where I'm gonna get my glue again, and I want this pendant to have a theme of like buried treasure and traveling, and so I kind of want to add some of this, some like holographic gold chunky glitter into the middle of my pendant. So I did complete the pendant earlier. The glue has been dried. It's very, very shiny. I don't know if you can see that. And I just think it brings out more of the charm piece. So I'm gonna let that dry and I'll be back. Okay, so now that that glaze has dried, I feel it feels good. There's no glitter transfer. That's how I usually could tell if it's dry or not. I am going to stick my charm on my pendant. So I'm going to get my E6000 glue. Oh, look at that side. Look at that. Oh, that little glitter, I swear, gives it like the amazing pop. Now, I want this pendant to stick, so I'm gonna be very, very generous about this. Very, very generous. Okay. So now that I have my glue, I'm gonna take that pendant and I'm going to place it right on there where I want it to sit. Yep, I like to remove it a little bit, adjust it, and then replace it. Awesome, that's exactly where I want it to be. You can just adjust it a little bit more. So it does stick out on the corners in some sense. This doesn't really bother me. I usually have other pendants that stick out. I think it just gives it more of a feel. Some would make the base bigger so this won't stand out, but it doesn't bother me. And with that glue there, I know it's really not going to go anywhere. So the next thing I want to do is I want to get some more glitter on there. I'm just a glitter fiend, so that's what I'm going to do. Just want to make sure it's adjusted. Great. So now that I have that on there, see how that S is? I'm just going to move this over just a tad bit. Perfect. And you have some time to play around. Like I said, this does take a while to dry, so okay. Guys, this glitter, it's by Martha Stewart. Is, oh no, is it Pendants is the brand. I am going to load this puppy because I want this to stand out even more than it already does. And I'm using the paper because this is a very, very beautiful glitter and I really don't want to waste it. I really don't want to waste it. So yeah, now that I have that glitter on there, I am going to take a brush and I am just going to lightly tap some of that glitter in those corners. Because remember, that glue is going to be in the back of it, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Perfect. Just want to get it in there. Get it in, get it in, get it in, king, king, get it in, get it in, get it in, king, king. Alrighty, and now I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to flip. Oh, look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, be careful because the glue is still pretty wet. But you want to maybe take a lighter brush. I generally use to dust off glitter. This brush, it has these amazing thin bristles on the top that can get that excess glitter off of it. So I'm just gonna see how that comes off. It's just extra. Yeah, it's a better angle for you to see. Yep, and then you could tap, tap and dust, tap and dust, tap and dust, tap and dust. Perfect. I love the way that looks. Absolutely love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Can always adjust it still. But I just want to make sure that I have all of the glitter that is excess wiped off. Cute. Cute. Awesome. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna put this glitter back in this container and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that this is dry, the last step we need to do is get a bale. Now, this is a relatively large bale compared to one of a smaller bale. But a larger bale, a larger piece needs a larger bale. So that's what we're gonna use. And I love this because it's such a cute little heart. Yay! So again, we are going to use the E6000. Oh, look at my cap. My cap is just like a hot mess. I'm gonna have to try to clean that at some point. Alrighty, we struggling. We struggling a little bit. We struggling. We struggling. All right, come on, come on, come on. All right, all right, all right. Just gonna add a little bit more. I want a good amount. Like, I want this to stick, so that's exact. I put a hefty amount of glue, but not that I don't have faith in this glue that it won't stick. I just want it to stick well, and that's what I do. That's exactly what I do. So you see that back? I want to make sure that it's in the middle and that it's comfortable and that it looks straight away. Yep. I want to push that in a little bit more. Make sure it's in the middle. Like a little cross. Sometimes it can slide, so you're gonna have to watch it. But that looks good. That looks good. It's in the middle. I like it. Now we're just gonna wait for that to dry. So, and oh, look how cute. So again, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos and for really just, you know, taking the time out to look at them. And I hope that you can make your own necklace. Definitely, if you try to make your own, you crafters out there, or just people starting out with polymer clay and crystals, then definitely I want to see what you guys make, because I'm really interested. This is a growing community, a learning community, and I just really want to say that I'm so happy to be a part of it. Definitely makes me feel warm and fuzzy and special inside. And yeah, so tell me what you guys make and how you make them. And yeah, definitely leave it down in the comment section, and I love to hear from you. So yeah, I look forward to it. Stay true, be you, and I love you all, and take care and have a blessed day. Bye.